On Saturday, we got 11 o'clock Nebraska traveling to number 3 Oklahoma. Oklahoma's favored by 22 points in this game on Fox. And last time we saw Oklahoma, like the nation I'm speaking about, no one that has like weird, obscure channels, it was the Tulane game. It was week 1. Oklahoma was up by a lot in the 4th. And then it's like, oh, okay. Tulane scored a touchdown. Okay. It's not going to be close. And then Tulane scored another touchdown. I'm like, okay. It's a little bit closer. Oklahoma's driving down the field. Tulane picks it off. But it's called DPI, even though it looked like the worst DPI call of all time. Okay. So Oklahoma at the very least is going to get a field goal and make this a 3-possession game, right? Wrong! They missed the field goal. I'm like, wait, is Tulane in this thing? They get a quick touchdown. They get the onside, and it looks like Oklahoma's crumbling. And then they tackle on a 4th and 13, 1 yard short of that first down marker. It was a barn burner. I actually called it. I didn't think it was going to be that close, but I did think they were going to cover that 30-point spread because Tulane's actually a decent football team that a lot of people forget about. Because it's the American. Everyone thinks of the American. You're like, oh, Cincinnati, UCF, Memphis, SMU, or the first teams that come to mind. Everyone forgets about the fact that Tulane was really solid last year. Not to mention Michael Pratt looked really good. But this isn't about Tulane. This is about Oklahoma. Is Oklahoma the 3rd best team in the nation? Now, I understand they started at number 2. The fact is, they could have fallen much farther for that Tulane game, and they're right back up to 3, right? If the season ended today, they'd be in the playoffs, right? But is Oklahoma the 3rd best team in the nation? I think that's a question we should be asking, because right now, if the season ended, there'd be no Big Ten teams in it, which I just feel like is wrong, and considering how well Iowa and Penn State have been playing. So, is Oklahoma the 3rd best team in the nation? I think we'll figure out by how much they beat Nebraska this week. They are favored by 22 points in this game on Fox, right? Nebraska, on the other hand, has been interesting. They started the season 0-1. They lost that game to Illinois. But then they beat Fordham. Everyone expected them to beat Fordham, but they beat them by a good amount. It wasn't negative. It was a positive. You couldn't take anything away from Nebraska from that win, though. And last week, Nebraska beats Buffalo. Now, is Buffalo a Power 5 team? No. Is Buffalo quite possibly the best team in the MAC? Yes. So, I mean, and it wasn't a close win. They dominated a pretty solid Buffalo team. Now, there is a big difference between playing Buffalo at home and, I think it was at home, and then traveling to Lincoln. You travel to Norman, Oklahoma to go play Lincoln Riley and these Oklahoma Sooners. I think it's a little bit too early to start writing off Oklahoma. I understand that a lot of people have done that. I have even quite possibly gone a little bit too close to writing them off in the past. The fact is the Big 12 is theirs to lose, especially with Iowa State losing to Iowa last week, right? Texas lost to Arkansas, and legitimately, who's their biggest threat in the Big 12? Kansas State lost their starting quarterback in Skylar Thompson. TCU just barely beat Cal. Like, this is not a Big 12 team conference that's like, woo, that's a ton of competition. This isn't a great Big 12, and this should be Oklahoma's to win. Iowa State should be the only one that gives them any sort of competition in the rest of the schedule. They should be undefeated, and if they're undefeated, they should be a playoff team. Real question is, can they fix their defense? Because their defense looked atrocious against Tulane. They need to fix that. Alex Grinch needs to get on it immediately, right? On the other hand, Oklahoma's offense wasn't spectacular either. Sure, he had a good amount of touchdowns. He also threw 2 picks, and it should have been 3. Oklahoma team, guys. I mean, I feel like you have to give this to them, but honestly, Nebraska hasn't looked horrible over the past few weeks, and I think I'm going to do it. Give me Nebraska to cover this 22-point spread. I mean, I feel like Oklahoma's going to almost blow this game on Fox.